Hey guys, what's going on? Chris here today, and I'm joined with Andrew. We're going to be talking about the 100 over some Rocket League gameplay. Jonathan is not here today. He doesn't watch the show, so he opted to not be a part of this discussion. So it's just going to be us two talking about how the season ended, what we thought when the season ended, and then the trailer and our predictions for Season 4, which is going to be out in a day or two, depending on when you're watching this.
For us, it's 2 days.
It's in 2 days, so. Alright, so we left off with Clark discovering that 96% of the world was going to be destroyed. That means only 4% was going to be livable.
Inhabitable.
No, inhabitable would be not living. Not livable, but habitable, whatever, however you say it. But so this was pretty shocking news. What'd you think, Andrew?
I mean, the end of the season, I was just happy that it was ending because I wasn't a fan of the AI thing. I feel like it strayed too far from the 100 roots, which was like really primal and like just scratching and clawing the fight. I didn't really like the whole, like that this whole thing could control people and it was just a little bug, and so I was happy to see it end. And now from what the trailer is showing, it's looking like it's getting a little more like back to where it was.
Yeah, it definitely strayed away a little bit, but I thought it was actually pretty good. I thought it was well done. The way, like, if you're gonna stray away from something, do it the right way, and I believe, like, in my opinion, that was done the right way. I loved Lexa. Lexa was a big, even though she was looked or made out to be like the villain. I didn't think she was. You know, I thought her and Clark had a really special bond. So I really liked her, and I loved her coming back in the finale. But yeah, the trailer looks very good.
I mean, the trailer looked really good because it looked like it was getting like this show was getting pretty serious really fast. I mean that's gonna happen when there's only 4% of land to live and they have a couple thousand to tens of thousand people to do it.
Yeah. So getting to the
no, I'm just fucking
getting to the trailer. It was a very good trailer. When Clark turned around and her face was pretty much destroyed.
Had the cancerous lesions on it and all that.
I wonder if this is the end of Clark.
I mean, I don't know. I can't picture them taking out Clark, but I mean, they've taken out Finn, so that's not a shock. They taken out Lincoln. They took out Pike. Like they have taken out big characters. But I mean, Clark would obviously be the biggest character they've ever attempted to take out.
I mean, maybe Abby finds a cure for it or something, but I mean, it definitely looks.
I mean, I could definitely see. I could see it there as a possibility where Clark would like take one for her people, which we all know she loves her people. Yeah. It's all about her people. So I mean, I could see it. I just think that it's a really bold move, and then I don't really know. I mean, like, would they put Bellamy in the area, like this position to be the leader? Would they put would Kane and Abby try to take over?
I mean, we've already seen Kane try to take over once, so I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it again.
I mean, but Kane was. I mean, they're talking about season one, in the arc or on the ground. Yeah. I mean, that was. I feel like it was a different Kane.
I didn't like that Kane.
It was like evil Kane.
I really didn't like him.
Yeah, I feel like I don't really count that as like Kane right now because that's like asshole Kane. It's not like the Kane we have now where he's on Abby's side and he's like trying to help people out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he was even against Pike during his tear.
He 100% was.
So I mean, I'd be excited to see Kane and Abby try to take over, and if Clark goes down, or I mean, even I feel like Bellamy could take that role now since he's straying. He's not like with Pike anymore, and he's more on his own now. He's getting back to like he even said in the trailer. He said he doesn't want to do anything that's gonna like kill innocent lives and stuff like that. So I mean, he could take over that role. I think it would just more logically go to the older the older two than like Bellamy because he's a little more unpredictable.
I mean, it's definitely not looking good for Clark in that in the end of that trailer, but
I don't think anyone's looking that great. I mean, you have Clark who has cancerous lesions, and that's always a fun time for him. You have Monty who was getting into an argument with Clark about Clark always saying it's for her people and how she usually fucks over her people. You have Raven getting shot by what looks like another AI. So I mean, everyone's looking a little bit odd. The only person that's looking partially good is Octavia. I mean, we saw her.
Don't forget about your boy Murphy.
Can't forget about Murphy. But everyone's looking pretty fucked up right now. But I mean, that's pretty much the base for the 100 is that everyone's fucked up and they get out of it somehow because of Clark.
Yeah, I mean.
So I mean, it's.
We'll just.
It should be an interesting start to the season, just because I mean, we know everything's happening really fast. We know like Earth's gonna get fucked really fast. Like everything's happening. The Sky Crew is still not doing great with the Ice Nation, so that's gonna be another issue.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a struggle. But
I mean, I'm very excited to see how they pull it out.
So what do you think about Octavia? I know, Lincoln unfortunately is no longer with us. Where do you see her aligning with? Where do you see her allegiance going to?
I mean, from what they showed in the trailer of what she was doing, it looks like she, I forget what name they call her, but I think it was like Sky Ripper or something like that, where she's kind of like changing to like an assassin type person. Which I could see happening. I mean, that's pretty interesting. And it could be like her either avenging Lincoln. It could be stuff like that. Which, if she does go with that transition, I see her going, like, aligning with the Ice Nation, just because it's the closest thing to what Lincoln would be aligned with. Or she could work with Sky Crew as their type of, like, mole, pretty much.
I think she's just done. She doesn't care anymore. Wow, I can't believe. Oh my god, that was mine.
Oh my god.
I think she doesn't care anymore. She's kind of lost all hope. So I think her being an assassin is going to be a little darker than we've seen Octavia. I know we've seen her at pretty low points, but I think this honestly might take the cake.
I feel like now she might be more angry than finished, because she's gotten past that like sad point of like Lincoln's gone and like I need to like get his revenge, like his like not even revenge. She's past the point of grieving, and she's pretty much just like angry now, and she's pissed. And I mean, I'm interested to see if she goes after. Thank you. I forget the girl's name now. The person who was close to Lincoln, she led some of the other tribes, not Lexa.
No, yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I can't. It's been so long since
she was on the cross. She was tied to the cross at the end of the last season. And I mean, she's always kind of been against Octavia while still kind of being with Octavia. It's like a weird relationship. So, I mean, I'm interested to see how they would, if she's gonna like go after her, if she's gonna let her know what she's doing, if she's gonna go behind her back.
I think that relationship is definitely gonna get stronger, just because Lincoln was that mutual person that connected them, and now that Lincoln's gone, I guess they really have no choice but to be like, look, we both didn't want this, so we need to align for Lincoln because that's what he would want. And I feel like,
I mean, that could go either way though. It can go that way, or it can go like, well, Lincoln's gone, I have no reason to be cordial with her at all. Like now she's just a person.
It's also very true.
Like that connection's gone, and she could do what she wants now. She's not connected to any of the tribes now that Lincoln's gone. He was the only thing that, I mean, and even the tribes might not even want to be associated with her because, I mean, she was never really accepted in the first place. She was always like the Sky Crew. She was never accepted as Lincoln's significant other, really. every time she was around, it was kind of, well, Lincoln's here, and oh, so is Sky Crew.
It's like your friend's girlfriend that you don't like, but you just gotta put up with her.
Yeah, like, well, okay, well, I mean, she's here. I don't really like her, but she's a thing now.
So you gotta just let her rock.
So I mean, yeah, I mean, it could go either way. I hope it goes where I don't really know, because I'm interested to see if she, like, how she does on her own. But at the same time, I really do like her being a part of. I would like for her to, like, lead on Lincoln's legacy.
Yeah.
As, like, being part of the tribe and all that. So I mean, that'd be interesting. I mean, Octavia can go a lot of different ways at this point. She's a pretty interesting character. She has no allegiance really, besides maybe Bellamy, if she has truly forgiven Bellamy yet.
I don't think she.
Which I mean, I don't think she ever will.
Not. But where do you see Thelonious in season 4?
I don't even remember. I mean, I know like he's not connected to AI anymore. I mean, now it's a guess to see, like, what he remembers when he wakes up. Like, if he wakes up clueless about what happened, or if he wakes up, like, angry that they took out his AI. Like, it depends how he wakes up. I mean, I hope he wakes up clueless, pretty much. I hope he wakes up where, like, he doesn't remember anything, and he's like, and they explain to me he's sorry about it, because I'd rather have Colonius back like that, and like a leader, not like an enemy who's trying to get revenge on Clark.
I mean, it's definitely. I definitely think he'll wake up with some recollection, some memory of it, but.
I mean, he's obviously gonna remember, like, the beginning, because I think, if I remember correct, like, they all know relatively what happened. They just don't remember everything that happened while they were being controlled. So, I mean, he probably will remember, like, meeting the AI before the AI actually took control of him, and, like, all that stuff. He just won't remember, like, how much damage he did, pretty much, while he was being controlled by Alexa, or by Allie.
I mean,
So, I mean, that's probably the only. I hope he goes back to being a leader. I don't want to really hear about this AI as much anymore. I'm kind of over it.
I mean, I definitely don't want him being a leader. In season 1, I didn't really like him. But then when same thing with Kane. You know, when they came down to Earth, I was all for it.
I mean, I don't mean like a leader, like an actual like head of a group. I mean, being more towards a leader than an enemy type of thing. I'd rather see him be a friend than foe.
Definitely. Okay, and the last person I want to get into is Abby. Now, with Abby...
I mean, Abby's interesting, because she kind of betrayed Kane while she was under the AI control. Like Kane was trying to save her, and Abby... I mean, I feel like she's like lured him in just to get him caught. So I mean, it depends. I mean, I wonder if she's gonna like feel remorse about that, or if like, she's probably gonna feel a little bit of remorse. But I wonder if it's gonna like go away fast, or if it's gonna be like a constant like I'm sorry to Kane over and over again about like what she did and how she kind of screwed him over.
I think Kane will forgive her. They kind of have a relationship where it's very. They've both screwed each other at some point, you know. They've both tried to. I
mean, Abby did in the beginning with what she was going about in the arc and all that, and Kane just did it down here. And the only difference is that, I mean, Kane did it on the arc with, pretty much trying to get Abby floated. So I mean, they both done some pretty fucked up things. The only difference is that Abby really didn't have control about what she was doing.
That's the only thing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Abby just tried to say sorry pretty much, and wanted to get to where they kind of were going before the AI happened. Like it's the beginning of season 3, they're on the ground, they're trying to make things work, and I really hope it gets back to that where now they're learning about.
I do like them as a duo. I do like them as a duo. I feel like they work well together, and it's kind of like a balance, because Abby is really peaceful and Kane Kane is mostly okay with kind of like getting some blood on his hands to get what he needs to get done. So it's a good balance, which is also why I would love to see them kind of take over the Sky Crew if Clark was to kick the bucket.
I mean, I don't think Clark's gonna die, but I think she's not gonna be a big factor in this season. I'll be honest.
I mean, we know that ever since having to pull the lever at what's it called at Mount Weather, she's kind of backed off a bit naturally and let other people take over. So I mean it's possible that she could just be kind of like a commanding officer, I guess, or like just an influential person, but not really be like the sole leader.
Yeah. Actually, I said that was the last person I wanted to get into, but I actually want to get into one more person, that being Raven. I know Raven's your favorite, so I figured I'd save this for last.
love Raven.
But where do you see Raven? I know she kind of looks like she got shot in the trailer. Where do you see her? Like, who do you see her aligning with? Because I know she's always been faithful to Abby, no matter what's happening.
Yeah, because she got down to the Earth, back to Finn, all that fun stuff. I mean, she's still a bit of a rebel, like she always has been. She's never really been like crazy aligned to anybody. But I mean, what it looked like from what she's doing is like her goal right now is just to pretty much find a safe place, which is why she's getting attacked, because she's going everywhere she possibly can and probably shouldn't go. So like that, I mean, I feel like she's just gonna get into a lot of trouble just trying to explore and stuff like that. I mean, it also looked because in the trailer it looked like she was having like some sort of seizure or spasm, something like that. And I mean, that could possibly be like either her getting shot, something like that, her getting hurt by something that's attacking her, or it could be like maybe like a leftover little issue from the AI being in her soul and having such an effect on her. So I mean, Raven's actually pretty fucked at this point. I mean, she still has a bum knee. She getting attacked. She might be messed up from the AI. Like, Raven's not looking too hot. Raven's not looking too hot.
Definitely not. And this is going to be my official prediction. I think that Clark warns her about
the 96% of Earth getting toasted.
The nuclear plants that were going to explode, or what?
Yeah, I think it was like nuclear reactor or something like that that's going to explode. It's going to cause like black rain.
I think she's not going to listen to Clark on this. And I'm going to go on saying that she goes out, and then Clark goes to try and rescue her. Ooh, that was a nice goal. and as Clark goes out to rescue her, Clark goes farther out than she does. So maybe she'll have a seizure, and then Clark will end up how she does at the end of the trailer. You know, not having like a face.
Because she goes out to try to save Raven and gets fucked in the process. I mean, that's possible. I mean, I hope it doesn't happen, because I like Clark. I think she's a good, influential person. I like her as a leader so much because I feel like she doesn't think a lot. She kind of just does based off emotion, and that's fucked them a lot of times. Yeah. But I mean, I just don't want Raven to get messed up, because that's Raven. That's my girl since whatever episode she debuted in. So I mean, I think that I don't think that Raven will listen to Clark. I do agree with that, because I feel like Raven's always been against Clark since Clark and Finn had that little thing on the ground. So she's always naturally against her. And I feel like she's just gonna she's not gonna believe that there's not that 96% of the Earth is gonna get toasted, or she's gonna try to like take the group under her wing and try to fix it herself, pretty much. And that's probably where she's gonna get fucked. Or Clark could potentially save her. They both survive, and they kind of have that bond now because they both went through that and they both work together now, which I'm fine with too.
I mean, I definitely for them working together. They're both badasses. So bringing Octavia into that circle, I feel would be great as well. Hopefully, by the end of the season, she can get back to being a savage for Skygrove. That was a good goal.
I mean, yeah, that was a good goal. I mean, I feel like those three would be it's those three and Bellamy pretty much as like a 4. I feel like they'd be a really good leading council pretty much, because you have Raven, who is an engineering and technological genius, so she can handle that side. Clark is, I don't know, at this point, she's shown that she's very good with the people, and that she has their best interest in mind no matter what happening. Like she won't put anyone else's issues before her own people's. That they are the thing there. I mean, Octavia, if it continues the way she was at Lincoln, she has that connection to all the tribes that she can kind of try to better the Sky Crew's name in their eyes, which would be extremely helpful, especially since they're going to have to live in such close quarters now with all of the Earth getting destroyed. And then you have Bellamy, who I feel like Bellamy is the enforcer, and he can kind of keep people with a level head. The only issue is that if they could work out like the issues that Octavia and Bellamy have, the issues that Raven and Clark have, like if they can do that, then they would have a really solid 4, and that would probably make the Sky Crew, I would think, the strongest of the tribes.
They'd definitely be unkillable. I mean, not really unkillable, but I feel like it would be very hard to do a number on them.
It'd be hard to get past all of their defenses, Even if you don't have Raven and Bellamy as real leaders, having them as kind of like commanding people, since Bellamy has proven that he could lead an army or squadron around and successfully with no issue, and Raven can lead people like Monty and Jasper, who are more about the technical side, the engineering side of things.
So I definitely think this season is going to be maybe one of the best that we've seen so far.
I think it's going to be the best season, because it's back to their roots. The stakes are really high. We pretty much we know the issues there, and there are big issues happening. So it should be interesting to see how they play out and how it all goes.
I definitely can't wait. Wednesday at 9/8 Central. I think it's going to premiere right after the second episode of Arrow for coming back from the break. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much for watching, tuning in. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know your maybe predictions or your opinions on anything we discussed today. My name's Chris, joined by my good friend Andrew, and we'll talk to you guys later.